This is in response to Billy's Talking Points memo from Thursday, July 30th, 2015. What happened to And Justice for All? Now, Billy does a great segue here where he starts out with one thing that is very obvious and tries to bring his other thing up. So he points out Sandra Bland, who was pulled over by a cop and then died in jail. And then I believe the guy's name was Dubois, who was shot by a University of Cincinnati officer who had jurisdiction in the city of Cincinnati, shot a guy right in the head for a minor traffic violation. He has been charged with murder. Billy goes on to point out that there are laws, and in Sandra Bland, they're still checking to see if which laws have been broken. And in the case of Mr. Dubois, they did find a culprit. They did charge someone with murder, and that's what laws are for, that people need to obey laws, and that what are the consequences, and there are consequences when you disobey the laws. Now, he segues that pretty quickly right into Nancy Pelosi, has a picture of her speaking up there saying that she is not in favor of sanctuary city laws, and that goes on, and Billy goes on to talk about how, oh my God, that she is breaking the law. She's a member of Congress, and she's breaking the law in terms of the sanctuary city. And, of course, he knows that's bullshit. It's 100%, because she's an elected representative of the United States government representing, let's just say, San Francisco. She does not enact the laws in San Francisco. Those are enacted by City Hall. She does not enforce the laws or manage the laws in San Francisco. That's done by the mayor's office. She has nothing to do with San Francisco deciding that they are going to be a sanctuary city. And, of course, at the same time, remember, Rudy Giuliani also had New York City as a sanctuary city when he was mayor, because it was the best way for them to have people who were illegal, undocumented, whatever you want to say, give them information so that they would not be, let's just say, harassed, blackmailed, and a number of other things, and it has proven to be effective. But again, when you're appealing to white people who are over 72 years old, you really want to get rid of all those people of color. And of course, what better way to do that than to find a perfect fall person, which is Nancy Pelosi, which has seemed to be quite a whipping person for the Republicans till about 2012. I don't know why he's bringing her back up. He hasn't quite got it. And of course, this is the reason why Billy has an agenda, because he knows Nancy Pelosi has nothing to do with how the laws are enforced in the city of San Francisco. Again, you have a police force, you have a mayor, you have the mayor's office, and you have the city council. And he segues that right into Planned Parenthood, talking about what laws were broken at Planned Parenthood. Now, what we do know is that the laws in terms of how the people who became a company and then infiltrated may not be the best word, but then got into Planned Parenthood, that they're being looked at for possible forgery laws, perjury laws, credit card theft laws, taping people illegally laws. So these are all things that they got into, so that they did so they could get into Planned Parenthood. He's not talking about those laws, but he's indicating that Planned Parenthood gets $500 million a year from the United States government. But again, none of that goes to abortion services. And if he knew the exact law, then he should spell out the exact law that they are breaking and clearly indicate that. Now, there's a lot of headway that this Planned Parenthood defunding could actually shut down the government. But there has been nothing in there, even though it doesn't sound good, or even though it doesn't look good when you look at it in terms of the Planned Parenthood thing. They have broken no laws. And in 1993, I believe it was Mitch McConnell and Senator Orrin Hatch voted that it was legal to sell body parts for research, possibly for stem cell research and other type of research. So they voted to approve that. And of course, it's not just Planned Parenthood that does that. Anytime a child is born in the United States that might happen to die right away, that's the first thing they do is say, hey, would you like to donate your body parts? If I were to get into a car accident, I do believe that I already signed that my body parts could be used for further research if I was to die. And this is something that happens every single day for adults and for children and for infants. I remember when one of my children was in NICU, and that child did survive. It became pretty apparent that there were other children in NICU that were not going to survive. And of course, that was something that was asked of us in terms of if our child were not to make it, would we be willing to have those, to have her body donated or organs donated? And yes, we would have. But the thing is, this is done every single day in the United States. Senator Orrin Hatch, Senator Mitch McConnell, and other senators voted for that. I believe the vote was over 90 in the Senate and an astronomical high amount in the House, that this would be legal. That was done in 1993. And of course, Planned Parenthood is the whipping girl, the whipping boy of the right. Gin up the base, get them all excited, get them all, outraged at what's going on, and then defund Planned Parenthood, because that's going to make everyone feel so much better. In the meantime, millions of women and poor women are not going to get the health services they need. Another great job by Billy. False equivalencies. He's not doing nothing right. He's got an agenda. He wants all the conservatives to sign off on this, to call their congressman, to call their congresswoman, and to defund Planned Parenthood. And he wants it big time, and he'll do anything to try and get that done.